Hi, I know I normally go live on Thursdays, but today I felt it was really important to bring some information forward for you. So, we're going to talk about the 10 most important tools required for you to truly ascend, awaken, aka remember. This is going to be something that you're going to want to save and come back to if you don't get to take notes. If you catch it, I want you to watch the replay. So, this is my life's work summed up in the most basic way possible. So, I know I have a lot of new followers. So, quick introduction. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Dime. It's Diamond No. I started Diamond No Mentoring back in 1998, and I have been supporting souls across this whole globe, like amazing globe, flat earth, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter, for 20 something years. I am a published author. I'm a psychic. I'm a medium. I'm a starseed. I'm a dragon rider. I am all of the things. So I have a massive background in psychology and counseling and all of that. And somehow all of these skills have come together to support me in helping souls truly remember who they actually are and where you're actually from and what to do on this planet. So when you arrive, hit me in the comments. Let me know where you're from. Are you on YouTube? Are you on Facebook? And hello, Liz. And it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to the YouTube channel. So Diamond No, you can hop over there. We really want to grow that platform to bring more beautiful content forward. But today I'm going to be answering some very specific questions that we've gotten in the comments lately. So I'm just back from holidays. I had a week off with my husband. Crazy dragon stuff that I'm going to talk about on my live on Thursday. So make sure you follow that. That'll be up on YouTube. But I've noticed in the comments, so the girls have been, my team, have been taking note and supporting me with all of the messages that we've gotten through and the questions through the comments. So I'm going to address the 10 most important spiritual tools. I hate the word spiritual. Let's talk about that for a second because that's one of the rules. So let's dive through my entire list that we're going to be talking about. What is journaling? Why? So these are the topics. Journaling. How do we actually do it? Not the bullshit grateful journal. You do not need to do a gratitude journal and write out the things you're grateful for 20 times. That's bullshit. That's going to get you nowhere. It's a big fat fucking lie. I want you to use it as a tool to ascend and become self-aware because self-awareness brings change. So we're going to talk about journaling. We're going to talk about inner child, why it's important. I'm going to give you a couple tips on how to really do it and why you have to do it if you want to truly ascend all the way. We're going to talk about meditation, my form of meditation that I've been teaching for 20 something years. That is the game changer and it unlocks all of your secrets. We're going to talk about being present, what that means, how to actually do it, not the fluffy bullshit stuff. We're going to talk about shame and guilt. We're going to talk about should and shouldn't. We're going to talk about low vibe, high vibe. What does it actually mean? And how the spiritual community is gaslighting you and being spiritual narcissists on convincing you that you are not high vibe. Bullshit. We're going to break it all down. I'm a little bit spicy. We're going to talk about the 12 principles. A lot of people refer to these as the universal laws. We're going to talk about the Power 369, and we're going to talk about the evolutionary process from third dimensional consciousness to nine dimensional consciousness. So if you do not have the time, make sure you like it, subscribe, come back to it, and you're going to want to catch these tips because I'm going to just plow them at you real fast here. We are going through a very intense timeline right now. You've been hearing that for fucking decades. I understand, but we are going through probably the, how do I put this? The rumbling before the, like if we look at it as a volcanic explosion, which we're about to have the end of this year, this is the rumbling, this is the warning. And we are being called out into divine purpose. We are being called out into standing in our power, standing in our sacred firmness, as Ricky refers to it. Those of you that don't know, Ricky is my galactic brother who is on Earth in a human body. We are being activated in remembering our timelines. I was blessed enough, fortunate enough, part of my purpose, I don't know, that I remember all my lives. I was born remembering all of it. I remember my dragon. I remember all the galactic versions, the intergalactic versions, all of the human experiences I've had, just born this way. And I think that's part of my purpose is to support you in doing that as well. So let's dive in, shall we? Shall we? Let me have a quick look-see. I'm a little out of practice. I've been off for a week. Okay. All from Facebook. Amazing. Hello, my loves. Okay. Here we go. Ready? The first thing I'm going to talk about, this is a channeled book. So this book was channeled through me. It's got a lot of my starseed stories. This will make you not feel crazy. The awakening journey, spiritual journey, ascension journey, I refer to it now in my more evolved brain before I wrote this book. Remembrance, remembering who you truly are and what you're here for. This is a channeled book through many galactic councils, through many of my lifetimes, through channeling Nikola Tesla, because I am a medium, through the galactic, all of the things. So this is a channel book. It's on Amazon. You can go to diamondno.com and get your hands on this. This is going to change your life. Okay. This is not the glory show of Dime. It's channeled through me, with me, for you. I'm going to refer to a lot of stuff in this book today. It is an easy, quick read. I wrote it as simply as possible because my brain is very simple. So you're welcome for that. All right, let's dive in. Journaling. Let's start at the top. So journaling. Journaling is meant to bring self-awareness. Awareness brings change. Self-awareness brings change. When you become aware of something that is not serving you, you have the opportunity to choose it, to not to choose it anymore, to change the way you direct that. So that's one purpose of journaling. I'm going to give you some details here. The second purpose of journaling is to allow all that you are to be valued, to be heard, to be understood. Human nature is we ache to be seen, we ache to be heard, we ache to be witnessed, we ache for nurturing, we ache to be recognized. There's nothing wrong with that. That is a very normal part of being human. I want you to think about, so I want you to take a deep breath, okay? I want you to think about the age 7, 8, okay? 7, 8. What were you going through? Okay. My 7, 8-year-old self had been abandoned numerous times. She had been violated many times. She had been beaten. She had been all the things. We've all had our own forms of neglect. We've all had our own forms of abuse. So I want you to think about that babe, that inner babe. What did they go through? What did they need? And chances are they did not have permission to truly express themselves. They did not have permission to say what they were really feeling. I did not have permission to say, stop beating my bones. I did not have permission to say, see me, hear me, love me, hold me, tell me I'm going to be okay. Tell me that I'm not doing something wrong. Tell me that this isn't my fault. I didn't have that opportunity. Instead, I was just put upon and put upon and put upon, as were you, whether that was emotional neglect, whether that was extreme abuse or abandonment, whether that was being lost in the mix of a chaotic family or an alcoholic parent or a narcissistic parent or whatever the fuck it was. That babe did not have permission to truly have their feelings validated and be heard and valued. That is what your fucking journal's for. That's what you're going to do in your journal. So you are going to go into your journal and you are going to let that child have a voice. And you're going to be patient with that child. You're going to allow them to say what really truly needs to be said. So I'm going to pause that there. We have two operating mechanisms in the body. We have our ego and we have our heart, our soul, our isness, our consciousness. These two need to merge and work in union. Your ego is your operating alarm system. It is not, there's no such thing as ego death. That is bullshit. If you're following people who teach ego death, I suggest big thumbs down. No, thank you. This is a piece of you. You are in the human experience. You are meant to merge these things together. Okay. So when we are allowing the inner babe to be heard in our journal and we're expressing and letting them have a voice, okay, you are going to unfold what the problem is. You're going to unfold what's holding you back, what energies, what belief structures are holding you back. And that is going to start to give you the vibration of being recognized, being heard, being nurtured, being loved. So that's a big piece of journaling. It's all going to make sense when I get through the other things because it's all connected into your journal. So that is a big piece of it. Your ego self has permission to be heard. Okay. Get it out of mind. Put it down on paper. I encourage my clients to have a big journal. I'm like, go get a journal, and just one journal where you get to unload and say what you need to say. You get to get it out of your system. You can close the book, put it away, no longer belongs to you, number one. Number two, when you do that, you're going to become very aware of what's underneath the resentment, the frustration, the anger, the sadness, the loneliness, all the things. So it's really important for all avenues of yourself to be heard in your journal. I do not believe for a damn second that you writing out 20 or 10 or 100 fucking reasons that you're grateful, that's going to change the outcome for you. It's not. It's going to give you a falsified moment of like, here's why I should be grateful. So there is a book that I'm in competition about that has this title that teaches you that. I'm knocking it out. Nope, that's not going to work. I watch endless people get their glorified journal and do all this bullshit. Does your life change? No, it doesn't change. Yes, you become more aware of what you're grateful for, but if you are not healing the root, which causes you to not sustain great gratitude, then you're not going to sustain your changes. So when you're journaling in this fashion and you're unleashing, you're unloading, and you're allowing yourself to be heard and you're discovering, then you're going to get really clear on what's holding you back. And that's going to help you transpire into what's sustainable from there. So I teach a lot of different techniques about having 3 different pen colors for inspiration, one for visions, and one for ego, all in the same journal, or you can have multiple journals if you want. So there's some tips for you. But again, in the book. All right, let's go into the second piece, inner child healing. So we just touched on that. Inner babe, you have 4 bodies. Okay. You have your physical, your mental, emotional, and spiritual body. Your emotional body is your inner child. It is the foundation of how you developed, it is the foundation of who you are. It is your core belief structure. In this book, I talk about all the stepping stones to becoming the intentional creator of your reality. Okay. Because it's important that we become the intentional creator of your reality. The stepping stones are that your first step is the deep subconscious belief, the foundation of what you were taught as a kid is going to create an emotion in the body. That emotion is your frequency. That frequency is your perception, and that perception is your reality. That is how we create our world. So you are creating knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally from your subconscious. You are creating from your emotional body, your inner child. So if you do not heal your inner child, you are going to create the same patterns that your parents taught you, just with a different outcome, different circumstances. You're going to create abandonment. You're going to create toxic. You're going to create attracting narcissists. You're going to create cancer in your body like I did. Don't do what I did. You're going to create financial lack and blockages. You're going to create the ache for being out there in the world in divine purpose, but not being able to figure out what it is. You're going to create all of this bullshit for yourself. So your inner child is important to heal. If you do not spend time with that babe, you will not fully awaken. You'll turn into 4D narcissistic, ego feeding spiritual wannabes. That's what's going to happen. You're going to go into broadcasting all about self love and harmony and all of these light and love things, but not create sustainable change in your life. So if you do not have sustainable change, then you're not there yet, baby. And this is not judging. This is firm, sacred truth. Okay. There's so much bullshit out there that is holding you back. And we are in such a tight timeline for where we are arriving. So, the other thing that inspired me, you want to hear a little like ego for a minute? Let me be really humble, and open, and honest, and very, very, I had a moment. Ready? I went out east with my partner. The most amazing, beautiful couple of days. And on the drive there, I received an email from a follower who literally needs to go look in the goddamn mirror. Number one, I don't know where the audacity of this person came from. And it hurt me to the core. I'm still human. I'm still sensitive. I still, I spend my whole life offering everything that I can. And I give so much powerful, free content. And the accusations that this individual sent at me stabbed me so hard. And it took me 48 hours to move through it. And it really shook me. So, yeah, they're blocked now. Thank you very much. I have no tolerance for that. 2, people are cruel. They can be. But more importantly, people are fucking lost right now. We're lost. There's so many of us that are trying to figure out, what do I do? What is the next stepping stone? And that is why I have this channel book for you. This is the phase 1 of 4 phases. So this is the first of 4 books. This is the foundation. If you do not understand this, you cannot truly arrive. And this, again, it's not about me. I'm not doing it for me. I have no fucks to give about fame or wealth or any of those things. Those happen to be the aftermath of me standing in purpose, but that's not my agenda. That's not my goal. My goal is to run a company that fuels so many people in their divine purpose. You should meet my team. They're all in their divine purpose. Everything that we do expands someone else's divine purpose. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? So I was so hurt But then I took it as an opportunity to realize, okay, wait, there's so many of us that just need this reminder. So if you aren't interested in reading and you don't want to invest the 30 bucks into the book, I'm going to lay it out here for you. So I've just been sitting with this. And today's the first day that I'm back to work. I have so many messages that I still have to get back to. Like my phone, the girls created a list of like importance and stuff. Y'all need to calm down. I love you, but you need to calm down and stop using my personal Facebook and trying to get through to me. That's not cool. Give me a break. I was like, holy. So, but I felt that this was more important. So I did all my calls today. I'm here. I want to be with you. We're walking this path together. And you've heard me joke about how I had to do it the hard way so you don't have to. And that is part of my gene code. That is part of my mission. That is part of how I'm here. I walked the hard path. I walked it fully alone. I walked it with zero mentors. I had one mentor who changed one massive thing for me, but then turned into a spiritual narcissist. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, I did it the hard way. You do not have to do it the hard way. You do not have to feel the loneliness. You do not have to feel the despair. And you do not have to feel like you're going crazy. That is why I'm so transparent with my journey. So here we are. We're in this together. And then I'm going to sit down and try and get back to all of the messages that are on here. Okay. So inner child, we it's so important to look at those foundations. We have to look at what do we perceive? What was that baby taught? What was that child taught about love, sex, money, relationships, their role as a man, woman, wife, husband, they, gay, whatever. What was the perceptions of all of those stories? Where you're standing? What were they shown about work ethic? What were they shown about spirituality? What were they shown about individuality? And then that's going to give you a really beautiful springboard to restructure yourself off of. So if you don't want to read the book, because all of the inner child program that I have, so there's a really beautiful inner child program on the website. It's like step by step, but it's not meant to be rushed through, by the way. It's meant to just a little bit at a time, but it's also all in here for you. Okay. So inner child. The next thing, the third thing we're going to talk about is 10 things today, meditation. There's no right, wrong way to meditate, but I do have very strong feelings and thoughts about what's going to serve you more. So, the meditation that I teach and that I've taught forever is be no thing. I had someone go a little haywall trying to figure out where this meditation was on my website, and there was a lot of comments in an email, and I don't think I've gotten back to you yet. I'm sorry about that. But there's it's not a meditation for you. It's a meditation for inward. It's what you want to discover. So it's about being no thing, being nothing, emptying out the mind. And it takes practice to attain this level. It is teaching the ego self to just, no, we're not doing that right now. So that your consciousness, your isness, your soul map, also one of the 12 principles being the principle of inspired action, can move up into the ego so the ego can digest it. And then it can merge that wisdom from your consciousness into your physical reality. And you can use it to do whatever it is you meant to do. So I assure you, I am a chick who came from nothing. Like, I came from nothing. I was bounced around to multiple homes. My parents did not want me. And when they did want me, they were very, very mean to me. Been fully abandoned, all of the things. And I got here through being no thing. That style of meditation, learning to empty my mind. Start with 2 or 3 minutes, put a timer on your phone. Again, all of the stepping stones are in this book. You're going to calm the mind. You want to empty the mind. When you can practice that for 2 or 3 minutes, then you're going to start practicing looking at objects without labeling the object. So, my sparkly cup. Can I gaze at this without giving it a label? Can I gaze with it without reading it, without telling the color, without looking at the sparkles, without using words to describe it within myself? Like, ooh, cup. Don't do that. Can I just observe it? Can we become the objective observer of the things in front of us? And this is a practice. It doesn't happen overnight. It took me years to master that skill. And I still have days where I will go to be no thing meditation. I'll go to do it. And my mind will talk about my to-do list for 45 minutes. And I'll be like, thanks for wasting that 45 minutes. Awesome sauce. Or it'll start singing a song on repeat. Or I'll fall asleep and have a nap. It is what it is. I don't judge that. It is a practice. And when something is ready to come through you, it will 100% come through you if you give yourself the space. You do not need to follow me. You do not need the book. You do not need to do anything except for learn that. Everything else can flow through you because it's all in you. You have it all. But when you combine these 10 tools that we're talking about, it's just going to speed up the process. So that is probably the most important. That is still like daily, a Beano thing daily for an hour at minimum. Schedule yourself. It takes discipline. So you can spend an hour, like think about, because I know people are like, I don't have an hour and I work, 9 hours a day or whatever. I work about 15 hours a day. I don't stop. I have multiple companies. We do not stop here. And then I still have a family and I have pets and I have my own goals. I have my own fitness routine. I have my own cooking, healthy cooking to do. I have the ice bathing. I have all the things. If I can schedule it in, you can do it. It's just, is it a priority? So when I hear people say to me, "Oh, I don't have the time," it's like, no, it's just not a priority for you. So then stop asking for it. Don't guilt yourself and shame yourself. Don't do any of that. If you're not going to dedicate to yourself, then shut the fuck up and continue to live your life. And that's fine. Nothing has to be done. It's a choice. And so if you want to live that lifestyle, if you want to have this awakening, remembrance, evolutionary process, then it's important. So get on it if you want it and stop complaining and coming up with excuses. All right, fourth tool, sorry, presence. What is being present, right? For me, it is the ability to be present changes my vibration completely. So I'm going to give you an example. Um, thank you, Heather. I have these sparkly cups all over my freaking house because my body loves to drink water. My water is programmed. I have my little things that I always put it on. Program your water. You're going to ask me how to do that now. Here's what we do. It's intention. You just put the energy from heart, from mind, through hands into the water, and then you become aware of the fact that you're sipping that water. So program your water. That's the energy that you're going to be sipping. So my water's always programmed. I have like sticky notes and letters and things. You don't have to be extra. It's just intention. Okay. So presence. When I am sipping my water, I pause and I remember what I'm sipping. So I remember the vibration. And then that's like, oh yeah, I am becoming that. Oh, that's another tool. I am. So many tools. I'm just going over the 10 main ones. Okay. Um, so I'm present in the fact that I'm aware of what I'm doing. Therefore, I am aware of the outcome that I am creating. Therefore, I am creating intentionally the outcome of my desire. Whereas if I just quickly sipped it and continued to move on, it wouldn't have the same impact. Also, when I sip my water, I'm knocking off one of the things on the four body list because I do teach a lot about, we're not talking about that today, but how to care for your four bodies and how essential that is. So when I sip water, I'm like, oh, I'm nourishing my body. I'm hydrating. This is amazing. It takes 10 seconds, not even a couple seconds, right? So when we get present on what we're doing and why we're doing it, we're taking the reins. We're creating intentionally the outcome that we want. So if you have a hard time getting present, here's a couple of tips on what you can do. I try to be as present as possible, but you guys know my ego self loves anxiety. So that will take me off an imagination world and have a heartbeat of what could possibly and not possibly be. And it's ridiculous. And then I have to rein it back in. So for me, there's a couple of things that you can do. This is what I teach my students. So I want you to start with putting an alarm in your phone every hour from like 8 o'clock in the morning or an hour after you get up, okay, until just after dinner. And every time that alarm goes off, I want you to ask yourself, where have I been for the last hour? Have I been lost in thought or have I been in heart and centered? This is going to help you become aware of where you're really at, and awareness brings change. The other thing you can do, it sounds super silly, but it's actually really interesting, is narrate your day. So if you can narrate your day, it's going to help you be aware of what you're doing and where your thoughts are. This is just training. I don't want you to forever and always do that, but it will help you train your ego self and your brain self, your mental body, to participate actively for you, with you. Okay. So I am walking up the stairs. Oh, yeah, I can feel my muscles. Look at that. Thank you. I love you, muscles. You're doing great. I'm walking up the stairs. Oh my God, my house is getting perkier. Like, I don't know. I'm cooking food. Oh, I'm going to put loving energy into this food. Like, thank you for this. And it can help you move into the right vibration. It can help you move into something that really truly serves you instead of just moving through autopilot, moving through the motion. So capitalize on everything, because remember those stepping stones of creation, right? The 5 stepping stones of creation. Your belief creates an emotion, that is your frequency, that's your perception, that's your outcome. That's how you create your outcome. So when your perception is on point, it's going to help you. So by being present and being aware of what it is you're doing with intention, you are adding to the outcome of your desire. So really important to master that as well. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 5, we're going to talk about 5 and 6. I'm going to merge together. Ready for this? Shame. Shame and guilt. This is really important. Okay. Your energy is going through the 12 principles. So the principle of vibration, meaning everything has a vibration, attracts the principle of attraction, or law of attraction, LOA, is what responds to the principle of vibration. So whatever your vibration is what you're going to be receiving. So if you are in guilt and shame, you are going to attract more reasons into your life to validate that, because that's how it works. So your vibration is like, oh, I'm not good enough. Da, da, da. You're going to attract that into your life. You're going to attract invalidation of that. You're going to get all kinds of confirmation. I do not want that for you. So guilt and shame, we're going to remove that. Again, in that hour, every hour alarm that I was talking about, you can put, where was I? Was I in guilt? Was I in shame? Where was I? It's super important for you to not guilt or shame yourself at all, at all. So let's say that I hear all the time, my gifts aren't coming in, I'm doing something wrong. My meditations, I'm falling asleep, I'm doing something wrong. No, honey, the only thing you're doing wrong is telling yourself that you're doing something wrong. You're guilting yourself, you're shaming yourself, you're blaming yourself. You cannot get it wrong. Your body will do exactly what's required. And if it needs to rest, it's going to rest, because that's the priority. The priority will always take over. Your body knows exactly what to do for you, with you. Always. All of your bodies are trying to work in honor and sync together. And when you master your mental body, everything else is going to unfold for you. So no guilt or shame, no woulda, coulda, shoulda. And that's point 6, is should or shouldn't. We're going to take those right out of our vocabulary right now. That is denoting into guilt and shame. So instead of saying, oh, I should meditate, or I should get the dishes done, or I should start working out, stupid, we're going to go, would I feel better if? And if the answer is yes, would I feel better if I did it now or at 2:30? Right now. Okay, then go do it. And if the answer is no, out of mind, over. I should get up and do the dishes. Nope. Would I feel better if I did the dishes right now? Absolutely fucking not. I have no desire to do that. Then stop thinking about it. Put it down. And you can revisit it when you want to revisit it. So you're going to remove it right out of your mind. I shouldn't be death scrolling on my phone. Is it bringing you joy? It's giving you false dopamine I don't know. I love scrolling on my phone once in a while. Don't do that. Don't shame yourself. Instead, do I desire to stop right now? No. Okay. When do I desire to stop? 10 minutes. Okay, cool. And then you're just going to do another 10 minutes, or whatever it works for you. So we're going to combine the shame and the guilt. We're taking all of that out, and we're taking out the 6th tool is should and shouldn't. We're not doing that anymore. All right. 7th tool, low vibe, high vibe. I want to talk about the lies that are out there with that one. Let's talk about this. You have to raise your vibration. What does that mean? What does it actually mean? Like, I watched, I think his name's Feel Good Phil or some bullshit. That guy is a spiritual narcissist. I cannot, like, ugh, this, what are you doing, sir? Like, bleh. And he was talking about high vibration being like a mountain that you have to climb and all of these things. And when you get to the top, you'll see all of the views, and then you're superior than other people. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I cannot stand that dude. That's my ego and my soul. I just like, you're hurting people and misleading them. You should probably stop and reevaluate. But anyways, um, high vibration is not something that means that you are superior. It is not the spiritual process. This is why I do not like the word ascension or awakening, because it denotes that others are not. And this is not about separation. We are in this together. We are one. We're in this together. No one's a fucking leader. No one's better than anybody else. It's not that at all. We are in this together. And some of us have walked a very challenging path and have made it to the other side and can say, hey, don't fall in these potholes. Don't go into that snare. Don't do it that way. Like this is the easier way. Some of us have done that. And that is part of our journey here is to share that with you so that you can also stand beside us. Like we're meant to be standing together holding hands. This is not a separation. So when it comes to high vibration and low vibration, there can be toxic 100%, and I don't have any fun around toxic. Like toxic vulnerability is like, why? Like why are you doing it? I okay. I love you. I love you. I'm gonna go love you from over here. Low vibration is fear. We're human. You're gonna have fear, babe. Low vibration is survival. High vibration is thriving. High vibration is intentional creator. High vibration is joy, love, passion. High vibration is the excitement, the exhilaration. High vibration is contentment. High vibration is peace. High vibration is serenity. High vibration is I see you and I see me in you. That's beautiful. Low vibration is comparison or greed or um, what else? Resentment, things like that. Now, here's the little tweaking that I want to do for you when it comes to low and high vibration. The highest possible vibration for a human ever is true authenticity. 100% authentic. You ever meet that D-bag who's walking down the street, talking like a D-bag, walking like a D-bag, swinging their Tesla keys like a D-bag, and just like egotistical, blah, 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 but yet they have everything, right? They have everything. They have their finances. They've got the whatever, whatever from an outsider's perspective, okay? They got it all, right? This is because they're authentic. They're authentically a D-bag. Authenticity is the key. You don't have to be beautiful and light and love and all of those things. You just have to be authentic. So that's step one with vibration, when you are truly, truly, truly authentic. If you are in the spiritual world and you are attempting to bring out your mission, your purpose, your divine order, whatever it be, there is a lot of ache to be seen or to be special because there's some unhealed stuff going on in there. That doesn't mean that you're low vibe. It just means you've got some unhealed stuff going on in there, and you can see the difference between someone who's aching to be recognized and be special and step out and be important and separate themselves from the world, or people like myself who were in this together, right? So I want you to use discernment when you're learning these things, these tools. But for you, with your vibration, your high vibration, it's coming into, ready? Here's the key, acceptance of your authentic self, acceptance of yourself. You do not have to accept other people's behavior. That's a lie. You do not have to do that. You do not have to accept other people's mistakes or their choices. You do not have to accept it if you do not want to. But when you fully accept your journey, your path, that is when you're going to arrive. Backtrack for half a second here. You do not have to accept the behavior of others, but you must be neutral about it. Like, I really have nothing for that. So I have zero, 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 zero energy towards my birth parents, for example. I don't have hate. I don't have love. I don't have anything. I'm literally completely neutral. Like, thanks for popping me out. You did the deed. Hope you got a big O out of it. And I came out and away we go. Moving on. I have no, nothing. I'm completely neutral. So therefore, they're never in my thought. They're never in, I'm never sending them anything. I'm never sending them low vibration, high vibration, nothing. They're going and sorting themselves out. They're going living their life. I'm going to be here doing what I do. So I accept that. I'm in neutrality. I want you to ask yourself, are you truly accepting all avenues of yourself? I struggled last year very publicly, very publicly. I was not accepting my aging process. I am about to be 47 or 48. I think 47. I don't actually know. And there was a couple months where I was like, bitches, I see myself all day on camera. I was not in acceptance. But then it was like, oh wait, that's not me being in my highest possible vibration. So all of the authenticity that I am, I'm going to learn to love and honor that. That is going to bring you into high vibration. It's going to bring you into a vibration that works very rapidly in creating outcome. Low vibration is a loop of being stuck and stagnant and being held back. So low vibration is like this big long wave of like, oh my God, when is this going to end? You know, those times when you run out of money and you're like, oh no, and it feels like forever before it comes back to you, or those times between partners where you're like, you really want love, but it's not happening. You're getting like all the, feels like forever, right? That's low vibe. High vibe is really quick transition or transmutation or change in your life. So the best possible thing is coming into acceptance. It's not about being positive. It's not about being negative. It's not about any of that. It's coming into acceptance of all avenues of self. So I want you to do a little journaling. So we're going to go back to step one and we're going to journal. Do I honor my physical body? Do I honor my mental body? Do I honor my ego? Do I honor my temper, my things, my that, whatever? Like I can be pretty spicy and bitchy. I love that about me. I think it's funny. I never project it onto anyone nor choose to hurt other people, but I'm just fully me. I'm quirky, I'm dorky, I'm highly intelligent. I'm all the things. I love all of this. I'm great with it. So I want you to just journal out. Can you come into acceptance or were you not in acceptance, knowing that awareness is going to bring change? And then you can go back through the steps we've been talking about and do the work in order to arrive in that. But you not must anything. You don't have to do fucking anything if you don't want to. But if you really truly want to arrive in remembering all of the things that you are, that's gonna be a big piece for you. All right, 3 more to go through. Ready? We're gonna go through. I'm not gonna take the time to go through the whole 12 principles because they are in the book. But I will say this, there are 12 divine principles. These principles are how you govern energy through your experience. They are not external. Okay. They are how energy is governed through you, how you use energy, how the energy works with you, through you, for you, not some dangling universe or a man on a throne being like, oh, you shall now have love. Poof. Since you asked for it, here, poof. No, you're creating. So these 12 principles are how you are fully using the energy to become everything that you are or to have the experience that you're having here. Now, the default of this is people are so obsessed over the law of attraction, although I am seeing a fade out of that, which is super great. That's so 40. Like obsessed with manifesting. Like how many programs do you see on people love to just fucking anyway, how many programs do you see on the 5 steps of manifesting or the best way to manifest or what was that big trend that happened of like something girl trick or I don't all of these stupid things. That was me judging. But anyway, all these things. There's 12 principles. If you're only going to use the law of attraction, why? 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 Like why? Like why would you use one of 12? I will not do 1/12 of anything. If someone gave me a cupcake and I was like, "Oh, I shall have 1/12 of this and then share with the world how to have 1/12 of a cupcake." Like it just seems so silly. You must use all 12 in sync. You must understand them in order to truly, if you truly want to be a master manifester or a master creator, intentional creator, it's not even about manifesting. You are always manifesting. You are always manifesting. You are always receiving what you are. Always, always. So I find it adorable when people are like, oh, da da da. It's like, okay, whatever, get over it. Anyways, that's my vent about that. There's 12 principles. Please understand them. They are on page, I have them marked because I was going to go through them, but I don't want to take up that much time. They're on page 76. Okay, 76 of the book. You'll have all 12 principles there and some tips on what to do with them. So there's that. Have you got an audio version? No, I don't, Paul. I'm sorry. I would love to, but one time too many. I don't even know where to start with an audio book. If someone wants to like hold my hand through that process, I would fucking do it. I don't know. I just did this and then I have the team that I don't know. Maybe one day. Right now I'm just working on the second book, so that's kind of my priority, but I don't think anyone wants to listen to my voice for that many pages anyways. Okay. Okay. So 12 principles. Please use all 12 of them and understand. The beautiful thing about them too is so there's the principle of divine oneness, the principle of let's see if I can name all 12. Ready? Principle of divine oneness, principle of vibration, principle of attraction, principle of rhythm, principle of perpetual transmutation of energy, the principle of lost it. I don't even know ones I said. I'll read them out of the book. Ready? But one of the ones that actually brings quite a bit of relief for you. So, divine oneness, principle of vibration, principle of correspondence, principle of attraction, principle of inspired action, probably my favorite one, principle of cause and effect, the principle of perpetual transmutation of energy, also love that one, principle of compensation. I love all of them. Principle of relativity, principle of polarity, principle of rhythm, principle of divine essence, aka law of gender. I have a beef that I lay out in the book with this one, and that is all of them. So the principle of rhythm, I'll talk about that one really beautifully for half a second. You hear me refer to it quite a bit. Oh, dear 300. Thanks, Lisa. I love you. I miss you. So the principle of rhythm is really beautiful. It brings a lot of comfort to me and a lot of my students as well. So the principle of rhythm means that, like a coiled spring, which I have somewhere in this office, I have one. I know I do. Looking for props, guys. Found it. It's just, this is the bucket of all of the things that I don't use very often. So we've got them all tangled up here. Can I get this out without taking up too much time? Principle of rhythm means that life is like a coiled spring, okay? Your experience, your whole remembering journey, almost entangled. There you go. Also, if anybody wants to permanently fix my situation with my cords. Okay, so it's like this coiled spring. For you, your ascension process, your remembering process, your awakening, all of that, you're going to go through this, you're going to level up through this coiled spring. Now, in order to go up, there's a little down. So as we go up, we have to go to a little down, and then we go up, and then we go down. That is the rhythm of being human, the human experience. Now, that doesn't mean that it's always going to be hard, because you're going to get a handle on the downs, and you're going to recognize the downs as integration. So as you are moving through your awakening journey, and you're having amazing meditations, or you're getting these downloads, or your psychic gifts are on fucking fire, and you're like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, this is so incredible. Like, I love this, all of this stuff. And like, I saw an alien, or I talked to an angel, or like, I don't know what you're going through, but you're going through stuff, right? It's cool. It's addicting. It's so exciting. And all of a sudden, boom, flatline, nothing. And you're like, what am I doing? That's the principle of rhythm. It means that you had all of this beautiful stuff happen. You had these beautiful activations, these expansion of consciousness in your cellular structure, the expansion of light that you are. And then your body has to recalibrate. So you're going to have a little quiet time of like, dick all, nothing, limp dick, nothing. Nothing's going to happen. That's what's meant to happen. And then you'll go up again. Or you can look at it as a slingshot. That's kind of how I look at it now. So when I have pauses in life, whether that's pauses with, romance, prosperity, fitness, health, following, whatever, I have these pauses. I look at it as a slingshot being, and the further that thing pulls back, when it goes, the further I'm going to go. So that is always how I look at I'm integrating so that I can propel myself to the next level. So I trust it. When there's pause, I'm like, oh yeah, put my feet up. This is amazing. So much different than me 15 years ago, who would be like, oh my God, why is everything paused? And a total anxiety, panic attack. Like, what do I do? What am I doing wrong? And then I'd just go into the wrong action, and nothing would change, and it'd be even more frustrating, which would increase the anxiety. And then I would get super depressed and down on myself. And I'd be like, oh my God, why am I even human? Like, this sucks. Or like, oof, vicious cycle. We're not going to do that. Okay, so that's one of my favorite principles that I love to talk about. All right, 2 more tools. The Power 369. So, how to use the Power 369. And the Power 369 is not, I would love to pull the book off my shelf because I ordered it just so I could be like, what is happening here? The other one about this, or it's a glorified fucking journal, and you're just supposed to put a whole bunch of positive stuff in there, and that's really going to change your life. And somehow this bro is marketed all over the place and is making a fucking killing. You should look it up. It's a public corporation and see how much money that bro's making. I'm like, what the fucks? Wow. Like he's authentically in, let's just pretend phase. I don't know. But like, whew, bro. So this book is going to teach you exactly what the Power 369 is and what to do with it. When you understand the Power 369, I'm trying to find the diagram. I should have marked this off for you sooner. That's my, I feel like I'm being a circus. Here we go. All right. I also have synchronistic numbers in here, what 000, 111, 222, 330, so on, so on mean. But I'd love to find my favorite diagram of the Power 369. I'll just stop on this page to not waste any more time. There it is. I'm struggling, guys. The struggle is super real in this moment. Turn the page. Ugh, there it is. All right. Power 369. I break it down. So I work off of Nikola Tesla's map. I feel like this was his download. He was obviously a starseed. Like, no duh, right? And so I break down what it all is for you. So the Power 369 in a nutshell is that this piece right here, okay? So the infinity symbol is actually in here and it's laid out through a number sequencing pattern, but at the bottom, 369 means past, present, future, and that it's in an infinite loop. So what that means is whatever you perceive life to be. So love is hard. Narcissists love me. Money's hard. Nobody wants me. I'm going to be abandoned. The rug's going to get pulled out from under me, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's going to be your perception. And that is going to scoop right into your now. And you're going to recreate that story and look for evidence of it. And then that is going to, in the infinity loop, then bring more of that to you. So what was is what will be. And what will be, or is what was, is what becomes. And what will be is what you pull into your life. So you are in an infinite loop of pulling in what you perceive, what you perceived. Now, do you understand why healing your inner child is so important? Because that babe has a whole lot of perception going on. And if you do not heal that, you're going to continue to pull in different circumstances, same energy, same feeling of either abandonment, frustration, stagnation, avoidance, whatever that be for you. So that's the sum of it. But there's way more, which is the next thing, 3D to 90, the evolutionary process. So I want to tell you that spirituality is not a competition. Your life is not a competition. The awakening journey is not a competition. Nothing is a competition. What it is an evolutionary process towards self-awareness and remembrance of what you really are. And so there's a little diagram in here, again, off the map. This will break you down from, I love how this reflects and makes me look so orange and then my eyebrows disappear. Super awesome. So 3D, 4D, 5D, 60, 70, 80, 90, and how to actually get there. That's all in here. So it's an evolutionary process and why so many people get stuck at 3D and why, like 3D being the 9-to-5 grind, God-fearing, keeping up with the Joneses, autopilot, completely unaware. We all have those people in our life who are just like, oh, I don't know, I'm just moving through things. Like, what does it matter? What's the purpose of life? Well, I don't know, to get a boat and go fishing. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I did that voice either, but here we are. Okay. Welcome to my quirky. So that's 3D. 4D is when you start to get it. It's the most exciting phase of all of it, but it's that falsified spirituality. It's your psychic gifts come in. Usually you start to play with oracle cards. You can just go on TikTok for half a second. You'll see a whole 4D of people like shuffling oracle cards like crazy. It is the light and love phase. Dressing like you're spiritual, acting like you're spiritual, talking like you're spiritual, being like, namaste. Usually you go into some sort of healing modality like Reiki or quantum healing or something, and you start to use that as your identity. That I'm spiritual and I'm ultra spiritual or I'm woke as fuck. Like we do that. I did it. I ordered skirts from India. That's how fucking serious I was. I was like, yeah, I got silk skirts. Like, look at me go. I had the dreadlocks. I had the things. Really, really went for it. I'm all in with everything I do. So 40. 5D is when you cross that bridge. 5D is the bridge into six dimensional consciousness, and it is uncomfortable. You go through your dark night of the soul as you're going into 5D, but many people will have many dark nights of the soul because they keep ricocheting and bouncing out of because they're too afraid to let go of the ache to be important. And then you move into 60, which is true anchoring into your remembrance, and then it goes on from there. It's not a competition. If you have people being like, "Oh, I'm 5D." No, you're not, honey. You're 4. Because once you get past 40, it's not a competition, and it's not a label, and it's not an identity, and it's not a this is where I'm at. So if there's people who are boasting about where they're at, and I will see it all up in the comments, let me fucking tell you, probably within 24 hours of like, I'm in 12D. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not, because you wouldn't be advertising it if you were, because you understand that we are all one, and where you are is where I am, and a piece of you is a piece of me, and all of this. And so it's not about advertising where you're at. It's not about it's not a celebration. It's not a badge of honor either. That's 4D. So there's that. Um but yeah, there you go. And I did it under an hour. I just love to be of service, like honestly. I'm just reading some comments here. Making up rhymes and be free. Beautiful. Um, my role right now, it's all over the fucking map. My most passionate piece of my heart for humanity is to help you not feel crazy the way I felt crazy for so long going through this journey. And teaching you the foundational things and everything that's in here and in the upcoming book that'll come out probably towards December at this point because I'm procrastinating. But anyway, um, it is my biggest passion and my biggest honor to support people in helping understand themselves and to let go of the things that have unknowingly been holding you back. It is my greatest honor to watch someone fully transform their happiness, their level of happiness. And I really, really take that with a heavy responsibility. I have taken everything that I do with a heavy responsibility. And I never desire to bring forward a low vibrational or an ill intention. So I really do I check wow, English, ready? Self check a lot. Um, and I take the bullets, man. I take it when people accuse me of being whatever it is that they perceive me to be through their tainted lens. It hurts. But I'm going to keep taking them. It's fine. Sometimes I get pretty spicy about it. Sometimes I don't even care about it. And sometimes I just want to sit down and cry. But side message, shall we, for a moment? I would love for people to recognize, I would love the gift, and I will have this gift at some point because it's one of the psychic gifts that are coming by the end of this year, to allow you to see yourself through my eyes, to see what you're doing to other people through my eyes. Because I think that if we had that ability, people would stop being assholes and they'd stop hurting others. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I had the gift to do that to one of my abusers and be like, you get to experience what you're doing to me through me? I want people to realize, and that is going to be one of my upcoming missions for a little bit here. You have no idea where someone is at, and the audacity for you to attempt to bring them down even lower because you feel bad about yourself is shameful, and it's disgusting. And it would be beautiful if you would go look in the mirror and fix the reason you do that. It's not cool. It is not cool. We all have our ups and downs. And whatever accusations you are throwing at someone is because you are A, jealous, because you can't do it for your fucking self, or B, you are actually projecting your damn self onto someone. And I'm hyper aware of that. Please remember that if you are someone who is getting shit on by others, it is a projection of their own bullshit. It has nothing to do with you. It will never have anything to do with you. And if they have a problem with it, block them. Block them. They're not worth it. They are not worth it. It hurts me to think I'm a pretty tough bitch. I can't even imagine the disgusting email that I got with the accusations. If they had sent that to someone who didn't have the confidence that I have, what that would have done, it would have made them quit. So get your shit together, you bullies. It's not cool. Also, side note, scammers, please stop. I do not private message anyone. this world is full of interesting characters. There are endless people using my profile picture and being like, DM me, there's something in your energy. Blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, no, that's not me. I do not send private messages. And then because of these Pop Tarts, other people are getting upset and accusing me of doing it, and they're being like, "I'm no longer following you," and da da da. I'm like, "All right, cool." Like, sensitive Nelly, like it wasn't me. So there's that. It's been an interesting week, hasn't it? We are in interesting times, and it's just gonna get crazier. The energy forecast for next week is I did it in a 2-week fold, so it's already up on YouTube. Because I didn't know when I was going to be back and when it's going to be back on camera because of the amount of messages that I have. Like, so many. So I'm gonna put on headphones and go sit in the sun and just what did I just come into? I don't know, Miss Jamie. What did you just come into? Um, all right, so there is all of that. That's it. I'm gonna go live on Thursday. I'm gonna talk about the other piece of my journey. So roll one is all of this. Second roll to help you not feel crazy. Yes, I'm a star seed. Yes, I am a dragon rider. Yes, I channel a whole lot of different galactic things. We have an amazing series of events going on Tuesdays this month. So starting tomorrow. So I have my fourth or fifth group of Dragon Rider activation, which is super cool. But the galactic channeling sessions, the starseed channeling sessions are off the charts this month. So we're getting a lot of direction on purpose, and we're getting a lot of direction on how to really stand in mission and vibration and what's coming and how to prepare for it. So I'd love to see you there. It's going to be so much fun. Like, oof, I'm so stoked about that. So I'm going to be doing that. And then on Thursday, I'm going to talk about the experiences that I had when I was away out east. So I had some really beautiful experiences. Guys, I went to Butterfly World. Okay, this doesn't seem like a big idea to those of you that don't know me, but my childhood trauma is highly attached to butterflies sucking out my soul. I was terrified of them my whole life. It is a massive childhood trauma point. I'm not going to tell this story because it's pretty gross, but I went to Butterfly World and I didn't cry and I wasn't even scared. I was a little like, ooh, for moments, but I did it. And it was amazing. And I also had a crab on my foot. So I'm going to share all of this on Thursday, but I'm going to share the experience that I had with my dragon and dragon code activation and light activation, dragon light code activation that happened as well, which is really, really cool. So that'll be the way out in left field one on Thursday. So I'll see you there live on YouTube. Again, please like, subscribe. Make sure you come back to this, take some notes. Those are some great tools for you. Put them into motion, start to use them, schedule yourself in, put little reminders up, sticky notes where you need to put them so you can continue to walk the path in your highest possible good. All right. Mwah. Until I see you again, go look in the mirror and find a million reasons to say